Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about structure of atom finally. So इससे पहले I have made 5 videos on this topic before already. So if you have not checked them out, checked those out already, you should definitely do that. And assuming that you have checked those out, I will be starting with this video. So I will just in a very brief discuss what we have discussed in the videos before this one, and then we'll dive right into the topic of today's video, which is quantization. Okay, so the first theory which came into existence was the Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton was a very celebrated scientist of his time. He said all the right things except one. He said that atom was indivisible. Okay, so this term that he used for atom, which is indivisible, is the term which got him into trouble because atom is divisible, it is quite divisible, and it is having subatomic particles called electron, proton and neutron. Okay, electron is having a charge of -1, proton is having a charge of +1, and neutron is neutral, it is not having any charge. Okay, so Dalton's atomic theory thi. Dalton's atomic theory said atom is not divisible. It is the smallest entity which can ever exist. It is unbreakable. But then later studies showed that no, atom is quite divisible. It is having 3 subatomic particles called electron, proton and neutron. And now after the discovery of these 3 subatomic particles, now the scientists wanted to know कि how are these electron, proton and neutron arranged inside the atom. ठीक है, so curiosity होती है ना साइंटिस्ट को कि ठीक है, now that we know that there are subatomic particles, how are they arranged, how are they sitting inside the atom. Okay, so for that various scientists gave their own models, the first one being the Thomson model. ठीक है, Thomson model was the first ever model of atom which was given by any scientist. Thomson, interestingly, is also the person who discovered the electron, and this model of an atom was the first one, so it was rejected in some time, and the reason why it was rejected and what was it has been already discussed in the earlier videos. You can check those out if you have not already. The second one was the Rutherford model of an atom. So the Rutherford model of an atom was partially correct. Okay, it gave a lot of right proofs and right things. It said, it compared in fact the model of an atom to that of the universe. Okay, and all the model of atom which came after the Rutherford model were the upgradation of the Rutherford model of an atom. Okay, after this obviously we'll be studying the Niels Bohr model of an atom. Okay, which was the first model of an atom which was actually taken seriously. Okay, so Rutherford model ke baad hi Niels Bohr was also an upgradation to the Rutherford model. Rutherford model actually answered a lot of questions but actually did not answer few. तो उन few को answer किया था Niels Bohr ने, and then the story actually started, ठीक है, of finding out the real atomic structure. Okay, so I have already discussed in the videos before this one that what is electromagnetic radiation. I have discussed already, and how it is dual. It is having a dual nature. Dual nature meaning it is having a particle nature as well as a wave nature. ठीक है, so this are the two natures that electromagnetic radiation has. Particle nature का proof क्या है? We have photoelectric effect, ठीक है, which is a very very instrumental proof of the existence of particle nature of light. Okay, and this will be discussed in detail in the next video. And the wave nature, इसका proof तो interference है, interference of light. ठीक है, when two waves interact, interference takes place. Interference can be constructive one or a destructive one. ठीक है, and when two particles interact, then collision takes place, and the collision can be elastic one or an inelastic one. So we have discussed all these things abhi tak, and now in this video I'm only going to be discussing one term. So why I'm making a complete video out of this term is because it is a very very important term, and honestly we'll discuss this term a lot in this chapter, in the later videos, and in general a lot. So that term that I'm going to be talking about is quantization. Okay, so what is the meaning of this term quantization? I will first give a small analogy, ठीक है, and उसके बाद we will discuss how this fits into the quantization of energy of light. ठीक है, so let's just first imagine a staircase. ठीक है, इतना तो कर सकते हैं, quite simple, imagining a staircase, very very easy. So there's a small staircase that I'm imagining. Okay, So let's say someone wants to climb this staircase, okay? What he or she can do is he or she can go to the first level, then the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one, and the fifth one, sixth one, and finally the seventh one. That's what you and me would do, right? Let's say someone is a very playful mood, okay? What they can do is they can go on the first stair, then the third one, then the fifth one, and finally the last one, you know, because well, they are just in a very jumpy mood, so they can do that. But what if I say that someone is saying that he or she climbs the first stair, then the third stair, and then the two and a half stair? Is it possible? No. Does it make any sense? No, of course. Okay. A person can only be on the first. So I'm just, arbitrarily naming these stairs. This is the first stair, second stair, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Okay. So if a person says that I'm on the second stair, or I'm on the third stair, I'm on the fourth stair, that's okay. That's fine. That's completely okay. Okay. But if a person says that if I'm on the three and a half stair, or I'm on the two and a half stair, then it is quite illogical. It's not possible. Or we can use another term, it is not acceptable. Okay, it is something which is not acceptable. You will not accept when someone says that I'm on the two and a half stair. Okay, you will just think it's quite illogical to say that. Okay, so now this phenomena where we defined a certain basic value which is 1. Okay, the certain basic level of staircase where someone can be is the first level. जीरो लेवल पे या ग्राउंड लेवल पे भी वो इंसान हो सकता है, बट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्टेयरकेस, राइट? सो वी कैन से दैट द पर्सन इज ऑन द फर्स्ट लेवल विच इज द बेसिक लेवल ऑफ स्टेयरकेस जिस पे वो हो सकता है, ठीक है? अदरवाइज इट कैन बी ऑन द 2 into first which is the second one, or it can be into 3 into first which is the third one, or he or she can be on the 4th into first which is the fourth one, ठीक है? तो बेसिक वैल्यू क्या है? 1. So we defined a certain basic value of staircase, okay, and all the other values which come into the category of acceptable are nothing but the integral factors of that basic value. Is it clear? So this is nothing but quantization. Here we are quantizing the staircase level and nothing else, okay? Now we'll just use this analogy in terms of energy of light, and we'll see how that goes, okay? Okay, so now we know what is the basic meaning of quantization, how we just have a basic value and all the other values are nothing but just the integral factors of that basic value, and if the factor is not integral, then it is not acceptable, okay? So quantization of light means any light. So light is having what? Light is having a wavelength and it is having a frequency. Clear? Wavelength is lambda, frequency is nu, all right? So as we can see, there are as we already know that light is having different like in the electromagnetic radiation, electromagnetic spectrum, we have different kind of light where all of them will be having different wavelengths, different frequencies, है ना? इस पूरे के पूरे अरेंजमेंट को हम इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम कहते हैं, जिसमें से एक छोटा सा पार्ट है हमारा विजिबल लाइट का, एंड बाकी हमारा देयर इज रेडियो वेव्स, देन देयर इज, अगर हम लोग हाई एनर्जी पे जाएंगे, देयर आर गामा वेव्स एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स एग्जिस्ट, ठीक है? आई होप वी ऑल हैव द नॉलेज ऑफ दैट ऑलरेडी, ठीक है? Now, energy of that light, let's say I'm talking about one kind of light which is having one kind of frequency, a certain frequency that light has, okay? The basic energy that light can have is h into nu. Nu is the frequency of that particular light that we're talking about, and h is a constant called the Planck's constant. Planck's constant, where Planck was a scientist. He was a very celebrated scientist of his time, and this constant has a value of 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34. Unit is very important. It is joule second. Okay, it is not joule per second. It is joule second. Very, very important. Clear? So this h nu is the basic quantity, basic amount of energy that the light can have. Okay, it can have higher one. It can have 2h nu. It can have 5h nu, it can have 6h nu, it can have 100h nu, okay? All these are acceptable because these are integral factors of the basic factor which is h nu. What is not acceptable is 2.5h nu, hell not acceptable. 5.5h nu, definitely not acceptable, okay? So all the acceptable values of energy that a light can have are the integral factors of this basic value which is h nu. ठीक है. So let's say a light is having a certain energy 6h nu, ठीक है, and let's say another light has a certain frequency energy 6.5 h nu, then you exactly know that this is a fake one and this is a real one, because this 6.5 h nu is not acceptable. It is not acceptable, as in being on the 2.5th staircase is not acceptable. Similarly, having energy of 6.5 h nu is not acceptable. It is illogical, right? So this is quantization of light energy. ठीक है. So let's just say I assume this h nu to be a packet. ठीक है. h nu मतलब एक छोटा सा पैकेट ऑफ एनर्जी. एक छोटे पैकेट की बात करूँ तो इसकी एनर्जी है h nu. ठीक है. So now if I say a light energy has energy of 6 h nu, then I can write 6 such packets, 1 2 3 4 5 6. ठीक है. तो 6 पैकेट मिला के उसकी एनर्जी बनेगी. ठीक है. सो ऑब्वियसली एक डिस्क्रीट पैकेट्स हैं. दिस इज वन फर्स्ट पैकेट, सेकंड पैकेट, थर्ड पैकेट, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, सिक्स, ऑल ऑफ दीज हैविंग एनर्जी ऑफ एच न्यू एच न्यू एच न्यू एच न्यू एच न्यू. ठीक है. सो ये बीच में जो एनर्जी है वो कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है. दिस इज एनर्जी एच न्यू, दिस इज ऑल्सो एनर्जी एच न्यू, दिस इज ऑल्सो एनर्जी एच न्यू. बीच में कुछ नहीं है. 1.5 एच न्यू, 2.5 एच न्यू, कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है. सो सब कुछ डिस्क्रीट हो गया ना. ठीक है. ऐसे कंटिन्यूस मैनर में कुछ नहीं है. वन है, देन 2 है, देन 3 है, बीच में कुछ नहीं है. 1.5 कुछ नहीं है, या 2.2 कुछ नहीं है, 3.4 कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है. सो एवरीथिंग इज डिस्क्रीट. ठीक है. तो इसलिए हम बोलते हैं क्वांटाइजेशन में हम चीज़ों को डिस्क्रीट कर देते हैं. ठीक है. इज इट क्लियर? So I hope the meaning of this term quantization is clear to you, where we just assume, not assume, it was actually discovered that light is having a certain basic energy. And see, or of course there are a lot of different kind of electromagnetic radiation that are possible. If we talk about visible region, they will have a certain wavelength and frequency. If we talk about gamma region, they will have a certain frequency and a certain wavelength. Okay, so the basic energy will be different for all, है ना. अगर मैं बोलूँ कि 3 × 10⁻⁻10 सेकेंड इनवर्स एक सर्टन लाइट की वेवलेंथ है. ठीक है. तो सॉरी फ्रीक्वेंसी है. सो उसका जो बेसिक एनर्जी हो जाएगा, क्या हो जाएगा, वो एच इंटू दिस इज द न्यू. ठीक है. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द बेसिक एनर्जी फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर वेवलेंथ और दैट पर्टिकुलर लाइट. For every different light, the wavelength and frequency factors are going to be different. So the basic energy, the value of h nu is going to be different, but that is the basic factor which will exist. ठीक है. उसके बाद हायर एनर्जीज विल बी 2 3 5 27 वॉट एवर. ठीक है. बट द फैक्टर हैज़ टू बी एन इंटीग्रल वैल्यू एंड नॉट अ फ्रैक्शनल वैल्यू. इज इट क्लियर? सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द meaning of the term quantization of energy of light. We are definitely going to be using this term E is equal to this equation E is equal to h nu. It's going to be an instrumental equation in the topic of photoelectric effect and then later on as well. So I hope you do like the video. If you like the video, then do press the like button. If you have any doubts as to what I said in this video or in the last videos, then you can definitely comment down below and do let me know. And thank you so much for watching.